How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to our journey over here in Elm Creek. So this morning, as you can see, we've got a couple of things going on. So first of all, our contract job that we did in the last episode ended up paying us just a little over $16,000, which is not too bad. So after the purchase of the Chevy S10, we are pretty much where we left off or started off in the last episode. So yeah, things are slowly but surely going in the right direction again for us. So let's quickly have a look around and just give you guys a little bit of an update what is going on with our current situation and what we own and what is, pretty much happening with everything. So first of all, starting with our little Niva pickup truck. So as you guys can recall, in the last episode, we broke down just around the corner from Grandma's house. It was literally over there. And this thing, I think it maybe blew a head gasket, which is going to be a little bit of a problem if we wanted to try and fix this thing up. So we actually only paid like $800 for the truck itself. And I don't know, I think it's going to cost a whole lot more to get the engine rebuilt than what the truck is worth. So in my personal opinion, it might not be worth it, but I guess we'll let our mechanic Nick over at his shop just take a look at it for us and see if there's anything that can be done. Maybe it's just something small, so I don't know. We'll have to just have the professional look at it. And yeah, as you can see, it is loaded up onto our car trailer, which we still have, and it's been working pretty well. It actually helped us get the Niva up onto the trailer with the winch and everything. So there it is, guys. So that is what we have. We've got our trailer and we've got the Niva pickup truck, which is a non-runner at the moment. And then as for the greenhouse, it's still doing pretty well, producing quite a lot of strawberries. We'll get to that a little bit, in a little bit, what's going to happen today. So we've got some deliveries to do as well. And then over here, we've got Grandma's Peugeot partner parked in its usual spot, as you can see. So that is working out pretty well. And as for the sheep pen, we still have our 5 fully grown sheep and the 2 little baby sheep, which are slowly but surely growing, guys. They are going to start helping out with the wool production here pretty soon. So we have got a full pallet of sheep wool as well, as you can see on the trailer here. So we finally got our first pallet, and we're going to be dropping this off over at the Spinnery. And as I mentioned, here are the strawberries. So we've got 2 pallets of strawberries that are going to the farmer's market. So we are going to be dropping that off. And then on the Chevy S10 over here, we have got 2 pallets of cloves that needs to go over to the energy plant. So yeah, you can clearly see we are going to be quite a bit busy with deliveries this morning for Grandma. And then over there in the shed, we still have got, let me open it up and show you guys exactly what's in here. So we still got the 3 grass bales or hay bales that I picked up recently for our sheep. So yeah, we did go and do that off camera. We've got our toolbox here, and there's Grandma's bicycle. We still got Grandpa's old chainsaw over there, which is not really an old chainsaw. It's still a relatively new one. And then we've got a can of spray, which I used on the quad bike. And then we've got a horse brush, which we never really got the opportunity to use. And then right next to the shed here, we still got our pressure washer. And then over there, as you can see, we've got our quad bike. So I decided to keep the quad bike for the time being, guys, because, yeah, we never know when we might need it again. Because, Exhibit A, when the Niva truck broke down, we had to use this to get to our job. So I think for now, we're just going to take it off the market and just hang on to it and see. I might actually get it sold and listed again a little bit later down the line. But yeah, that is pretty much what is going on over here at Grandma's property. So now, as you guys know, we did run a poll on our YouTube channel, which you guys actually voted, and most of the votes went towards getting more equipment. So yeah, there was an option of buying land first or buying equipment, and obviously the equipment won. So what I was kind of thinking now, Grandma's got quite a little bit of space here in her backyard behind the sheep pen. So I want to see if we maybe get like a very cheap shed put up here just by the sheep, and maybe we can have this ground, either lifted or cleaned up so that we can actually drive here with our equipment and put them inside this shed that we are going to potentially get here real soon. So I found actually a couple of them pretty cheaply. Talking about spending $5,000 and then we're going to have a proper shed for all of our equipment, which is an option as well. So yeah, it's just a pity it's going to be on grandma's property, but however, it is something that can always be broken down and put up in a different location if we do need to do that. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to start off with the deliveries first of all. So yeah, I think the furthest point would probably be the Spinnery, and then we'll go to the farmers market, and then we'll head over to the clothes, well, the drop off for the clothes, which is the energy plant. So let's jump into our beautiful Chevy S10. As you guys can see, this thing actually cleaned up pretty well, and it is looking kind of immaculate. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with this old truck, and that is why we paid quite a big amount of money for this thing. So yeah, a lot of people actually said I overpaid a bit, but you know what, it's just one of those things. I couldn't really check the prices online at the moment. It was kind of a, you know, in the spur of the moment thing that we did, buying this truck. But at least we are going to get some service out of it, and it's going to help us out for the time being while we still wait for Nick to finish up with the Chevy C30. Now I do have got a little bit of good news. Our John Deere tractor is done. Nick finished the paint job on that, so we are going to be picking that tractor up when we go and drop off the little Niva, and then we are going to go and take care of some contract work. So yeah, we've got a fertilizing job and a sowing job over at this very same gentleman where we bought this truck off of his farm. So that is a part of our work for today. And then we've got a massive field that we need to go and cultivate, which is also going to give us quite a bit of money, which will be great, seeing as we are definitely, you know, trying to build up some more money in order to buy more equipment. And then yeah, we'll just have to see where we take it from there, guys. Alright, so I think let's go up here. We're going to head over to the Spinnery first of all, which is along the way towards the farmers market. So yeah, we're just literally around the corner from the place, and then we're going to see if they're going to take the wool off our hands, which I'm pretty sure they will. So this is where we usually come to pick up fabric for grandma, and we started, well, when the wool started getting produced, we actually signed a little bit of a deal with them that they would give us a better price on the fabric, and they will also buy the wool off of us from now on. So depending on how much wool we can supply, that is going to be how much money we make off of here, and also how much money we are going to save when we buy fabric from them. But alright, so here we are, and since we've got the trailer behind us, we're just going to park up here. I'm going to hop out quickly and see if I can find somebody who can maybe help me lift this pallet of wool off the trailer, which is quite a bit heavy actually. Alright, and just like that, job done. We managed to drop off all of the wool, and now we can head over to the farmers market next to go and drop off the strawberries. So yeah, we are definitely traveling around a bit today. Alright, so let's see if we can do a U-turn over here. I think there's enough space. Yeah, there we go. That's also the nice thing about driving a little pickup truck like this. You can pretty much turn it on a dime. You know, easy to make U-turns and maneuver the thing. Alright, so here we are. Let's be off to the farmers market. Alright, and here we are over at the farmers market, and once again guys, I need to hop out and see if we can find Sarah, who's going to be taking the strawberries off our hands as usual. So I'll bring you guys back once this is sorted out. Alright, so that is job done. So the strawberries have been dropped off, and our last stop for today would be over at the energy plant to go and drop off all of the clothes. So yeah, let's hit the road once again and make our way over there, where we are going to meet with Tony and just deliver all of the clothes over there. So as you guys know, those are pretty much uniforms for all of the workers there at that place. So we are going to hit the road and make sure we get there safely with everything. Alright, so here we are. This is the energy plant once again. So we are here to just drop off these two pallets real quick. And then we are going to head back to Grandma's house, because I think then we are done with all of the work we needed to do for her. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to hook up to our car trailer. But yeah, first of all, let's get this sorted out, and then I'll tell you guys exactly what my plans are from there. Alright, and just like that, we have dropped off all of the pallets, and now we are ready to hit the road. So let's jump in. We're going to head back to Grandma's house, and I'm going to see if we can get this little trailer dropped off, and then we are going to be hooking up to our car trailer, as I said. And we're going to take the little Niva over to Nick's place, and then we're going to see what is going to charge us for the John Deere tractor's paint job. And he's still busy with the Chevy C30, guys. He hasn't got it up and running just yet. Turns out he's struggling to find the right parts that he needs, because it's quite a bit of an older truck, and I don't know exactly what he is waiting on, but I guess we'll find out once we get there what exactly it is that he's still in need of. But yeah, I'm pretty confident pretty soon here Nick will have it up and running for us in no time. And that means then we can decide what we want to do with this little S10 Chevy. If I'm going to be selling this, or if we are going to be potentially trading it in maybe for some more equipment. I don't know if David would be interested in this, but who knows? We never know. As they say, you never know if you don't ask. But alright, let me bring you guys back up to speed, back at Grandma's house, and see if we can get all of the trailers, you know, disconnected and reconnected up to our trusty old Chevy S10 here. Alright, so we are back at Grandma's house. And I think what I'm going to try and do is see if we can get the little trailer backed up into its regular spot over there under the carport. And yeah, we might be blocking traffic a bit, but you know, that's part of the job here. Just gotta try and not waste too much time. Okay, we've got a car coming. You can also just pass us on the oncoming lane if he really wants to, which he did. Okay, alright, now it's gonna be a bit hard to see where the trailer's headed. There we go. Alright, just back it up nice and straight. There we go. Alright, easy does it. Yeah, in my opinion, it's actually harder to maneuver a small trailer than it is to maneuver a bigger trailer, because a smaller trailer can very easily go the wrong direction. But okay, let's get it disconnected over here. Alright, and that is looking pretty good. So our little trailer is dropped off. And now we need to see if we can get it lined up with the big trailer next to Grandma's greenhouse there. Alright, let's just go around this way quick and spin it in this direction. Alright, and let's back it up. Alright, and now I need to see if I can get this thing hooked up real quick. It's gonna probably take me a hot minute. Let's figure it out. Alright, so I wouldn't call this the ideal position for us to really try and pull this trailer out of here, but I'm pretty sure our Chevy S10 should manage this. So let's jump in and see if this is going to work. Just gotta take it nice and easy. Yeah, it's coming along very nicely. Not too bad. Okay. Alright, well, onwards to Nick's workshop, guys. Let's go and see what he's got to say about this thing. And if he's even willing to work on it. Because, let's face it, this thing only cost us 800 bucks. So hopefully he will be able to tell us what we need to know. And yeah, I don't know, guys, if we're going to be fixing it up or if we're going to be scrapping it or maybe selling it. So I guess we'll only find out once we speak to Nick a little bit about us and see what he has to say. Alright, but yes, again, here we are. This is Nick's workshop. He's got a couple of other things in the yard as well. And my goodness, look at that hot rod. Whoa, we haven't been here in quite a while, guys. There's definitely been some things happening here. Oh, there's our Chevy C30. I see he's parked it over there, or pushed it over there, most probably. And there's our beautiful John Deere tractor, guys. Man, look at this thing. Whoa, I don't know which one is the most flashiest one of the two here, but I think this hot rod definitely, it stands out way more than our little John Deere tractor. But I mean, look at this thing. Whoa, that is actually super clean. That looks beautiful, guys. My goodness, yeah, Nick really did an awesome job. Still needs a little bit of touch-ups around the bottom of the truck there, or on the frame, as you can see there. But it's actually not looking too bad for such an old hot rod. I mean, this thing was literally dragged from the ditches over at David's place. And from what it was to what it is now, I think it's a massive improvement. So yeah, I don't know what Nick is going to do with this thing, because he actually bought it as a project for himself. And yeah, I don't know, maybe he's going to do some car shows or something like that with it, because it's definitely a very good competitor in that sense, if you ask me. And there's our John Deere 710. Holy moly, yeah, this thing is almost shiny again, guys. Look at this. It's definitely a huge improvement from the old rust bucket that we dropped off a couple of episodes ago. So yeah, alright, well, let's go and have a word with Nick and hear what he has to say. I see he's busy working on what seems to be a mobile pressure washer. Alrighty, so there we are. We had a bit of a chat with Nick, and I ended up paying him a total of $2,500 for the paint job on the John Deere, which I think is reasonable, considering all of the rust he had to deal with and everything that needed to be sorted out. So we've got it loaded up, and I didn't really pay too much attention on how I parked it on the trailer, because it's just going to be a couple of, well, feet that we're going to be taking this thing, so it's not really a big issue. And our Chevy S10 seems to be handling the weight quite well, although I'm really, curious to know how well the Chevy C30 over here is going to be doing the job for us once we get this thing fixed up and running. So yeah, Nick is waiting for a couple of parts. One of them are a fuel filter, which actually filters all of the fuel from the gas tank to the engine. And there's also a couple of other serviceable parts that he mentioned that he's waiting for. Didn't go too much into detail with that, but he says so far everything is looking good. He's going to be able to get this thing up and running in no time. And as for the little Niva over here, he's definitely going to just have a look around. But I told him don't go too crazy and start ordering parts. He's just going to check it out for us and give us an estimate of what it would cost to get this thing up and running again. But as he also said to me, it's probably not going to be worth it. So we'll see how we're going to figure this all out. But alright guys, so I think let's get back to Grandma's house and see if we can park our little John Deere tractor somewhere on site, and our trailer also, because we need to head over to this guy's house where well, rather his farm, where we did the jobs in the last episode, because he's got a couple of things we need to take care of for him. So yeah, let's not waste any further time and get this show on the road. And yeah, as Grandpa always used to say, there's nothing to it but to do it. Alright, so here we are over at Grandma's house yet again, and we are just going to try and see if we can back this thing up right over here. We've got some traffic coming, and why don't you pass? Okay, well, maybe just not sure if I'm going to be going forward again, but okay. Let's see if we can do this. Just gonna try and keep this trailer straight-ish. And I think what we'll do is we'll just leave the tractor on the trailer for now. I will see if I can get it maybe disconnected and pulled around the back somewhere a bit later on, depending on what's going to happen today. Alright, let's just see if I can disconnect it right here. Alright, well, there we go. The trailer is disconnected and our tractor is looking a whole lot better, guys. I'm actually so happy about this because, I mean, look at this thing. It looks almost brand new. And I think we definitely increased the value of this tractor quite a bit. Although the money that we spent on it being $8,000 almost, and yeah, the paint job of $2,500. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of room for making a profit on this tractor if we wanted to sell it, but I've got another idea. We might see if we can maybe get some equipment from David, which is going to be small enough for this tractor to handle. And I also wanted to see if we can find ourselves the front weight for this thing, because I think that will help out quite a bit if we do start, you know, hooking up implements to it and start using it, so that this thing isn't going to pop a wheelie, you know, which is not going to be ideal. But alright, I think for now we need to head over to this gentleman's house where we bought the pickup truck from, or his farm. I keep calling it a house, but yeah, we could probably say it's a farmhouse. So we need to head over there because he's got 2 jobs for us we need to go and sort out. So I think let's not waste any further time. We're going to make our way over there and see exactly what this is going to entail. Alrighty, so here we are over at Barry's farm, guys. Yeah, I nearly forgot the guy's name. So yeah, his name is Barry, in fact. This is the very same gentleman who we bought this beautiful Chevy S10 from. And I mean, look at this thing, guys. This thing is absolutely immaculate. There's not a scratch on the paintwork. There's not a dent on the body. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this thing. So in my personal opinion, paying almost $20,000 for something like this, which is in perfect condition, is actually worthwhile. And I'm pretty sure the next owner or the buyer who's going to take this off our hands is also going to feel the same way. But alright, let's quickly see if we can talk to Barry about what's going on here today and what exactly he wants us to do. So yeah, we do know it's a fertilizing and a sowing job, so let's quickly go and knock on the front door and hear what he has to say. Alrighty, so here we are, and as you guys can see, we are going to be using the very same tractor we did use in the last episode as well. It's the Versatile 175. It's actually a Versatile Nemesis, that is the model name. And today we are going to be sowing some carrots. So we've got ourselves this vegetable planter, I presume that's what it's called. And we are going to be sowing the field next to the sunflower field that we sprayed with herbicide in the last episode with some carrots. And then we've got the field that we sowed the oats on right over there, which apparently has germinated already over the weekend, which yeah, that's pretty quick if you ask me. So we are going to be fertilizing that with his fertilizer spread over here, which he took out of storage. So yeah, pretty nifty, guys. We have got a little bit of work to do here, so I think let's get cracking. We already know this tractor a little bit, so we should be able to go straight over to the field. And yeah, Barry also said we need to do the drone footage for him again. Although he is pretty much at home, he can actually just peek out the window and see what we are doing. But yeah, the drone footage is definitely necessary, so we are definitely going to be doing that yet again. Alright, so let's just get onto the field here and see if we can get this thing unfolded first of all and get an idea how big it is. Yeah, that's not very big, is it? But alright, well, let's get cracking here, guys, and see if we can give you guys that drone footage to have a look at. So here we go, enjoy.
6 in the morning, sun's barely up. Coffee still hot in my favorite cup. Walk in the fields as the dew starts to fade, thinking about all of the rounds to be made. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. That's how we grow. The old Massey Ferguson needs a good run. Grass fields are calling, work's never done. Baylor's been cranky since early last June, but she'll get it done by this afternoon. Got grease on my hands, dirt on my boots, in tune with the engine's familiar roots. These machines got stories, every dent shows years of experience in perfect rows. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. Some folks don't understand what we do, but this ain't just work, it's who we are, it's true. Every season brings its own kind of grace, and I wouldn't trade this for any other place. John Deere's waiting for its evening clean, been running smooth, keeping that paint shining green. Tomorrow we'll do this all over again. This life ain't easy, but I'm where I've been meant to be. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. That's how we grow.
Alrighty, so there we go. The carrot field has been sowed and is looking pretty good. So yeah, I really getting all sorts of experience doing these contract work, which is great, guys, because it means one day if we get our own piece of land, at least I'll know how to do everything and what to do in what cases. But alright, so let's see if we can get this vegetable planter disconnected. I think there might be a spot right over here which will be ideal. So let's just go ahead and lower it down. And okay, well, I think we'll probably have to drop it from this height then. Let's see how it works. Alright, well, there we go. So that is disconnected and we are ready to hook up to the fertilizer spreader, and we still have got the front weight on, which I think is going to work out great. Alright, so let's hop in and get it lined up with the fertilizer spreader over here. Alrighty, and just get it lined up perfectly. Almost there. Let's just go closer, and I think that should do. Let me get it hooked up real quick. Alright, so it is connected up and looking pretty good. So yeah, looks like the front weight is definitely doing its job here. We're not popping a wheelie or anything like that. And now we need to head over straight to this oats field that we sowed in the last episode and see if we can get it fertilized. Now we fortunately do have got the narrow tires on this tractor, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I just got to figure out how we're going to start and where we're going to end, because this thing apparently has got quite a wide spread on it, so I need to try and see where we're gonna start, and I must just try and remember where I've been and where I haven't been yet. So I think let's get it lined up over here, and then we will send the drone out once again once we lined ourselves up and just see how this goes. Alrighty, so there we go, that is job done, and the field has been fertilized one way or another. So yeah, I don't really know if I did a proper job at that, because I couldn't really tell where I've been and where I haven't been yet. So yeah, I just hope this guy is going to be happy with our work for today. So we are going to be parking the tractor right over here where we found it, and once again we will just leave the fertilizer spreader connected right over there. And yeah, I guess we'll probably go and pop into the guy's house now and just hear if he's going to be paying us, you know, up front again, or how's it going to work out today. So I guess we'll see. Let's quickly hear what Barry has to say. Alrighty, and there we go. So we received our payment for both the jobs that we just managed to finish up today, and we still got one more to go and do, guys, which is going to be a big one. So yeah, let's get back into our trusty old Chevy S10 over here and make our way over to this big field in question. So it's field number 23 apparently, which is behind the gas station if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a drive, so I'll catch up to you guys once we get close to it. So here we go. Alright, so here we are, and I think we can pull over here just behind the fire department, and I just see the tractor is over there, and I think it'll be fine if we just jump over the curb right here and just get onto the grass behind the tractor like this. Alright, so here we are. This is in fact field number 23, and as you can see, it's quite a massive field. But luckily for us, we have got some pretty decent looking equipment here, guys. So I think this is going to be probably, yeah, not the, well, the easiest or the quickest job, but I think it's definitely going to help us out quite a bit, seeing as we've got a pretty decent tractor. So this is a Fendt 1167 Vario MT. Alright, no idea what that means, but we have got ourselves a Summers, yeah, cultivator of some sort. Can't say that I ever seen one of these before in my life, but apparently it demands quite a bit of horsepower, so that is why we've got this behemoth of a machine. So let's jump in and see what this thing is all about. Alrighty, well, talk about fancy, guys. Now this thing is a little bit different to the other tractors. It's basically running on tracks, so yeah, it's going to be probably a little bit of an experience for us getting used to this thing. And I'm also quite certain this cultivator is going to give us quite a bit of an experience as well. Alright, let's start unfolding this thing. Let's see if we can figure out how long this thing is gonna be at the end of the day, or how wide it is going to be rather. Alright, well that's pretty big. Now if I had to guess, that's probably more than 12 meters, almost 15 meters, which is pretty decent. Alright, well guys, I guess you all know the drill by now. We are going to get the GPS figured out, and then we're going to send a drone out so that we can see how we are going to do this field. And I think the drone is definitely going to help us out quite a lot here, so let's give it our best shot and see how it goes.
The morning sun breaks through the haze. Roosters crow, starts the days. With calloused hands and feet of clay, a farmer's life ain't built to sway. Plow the field and reap the day. Sweat and toil will never stray. A life so hard, yet here we stay. Harvest dreams in golden hay. The crops don't grow by wishful prayer. It's in the dirt we breathe our care. Pulling weeds and mending tears. Hope finds roots what we dare. Plow the field and reap the day. Sweat and toil will never stray. A life so hard, yet here we stay. Harvest dreams in golden hay. Dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move. In simple lines and earthy grooves, the farmer's faith is always true. Each dawn's a chance for us to prove that hard work sets this life to move. In simple lines and earthy grooves, the farmer's faith is always true.
Alrighty, well there we go. That is another job done. And I must be honest, it takes a little bit of getting used to when you're operating a tractor like this, guys. It's definitely a whole other ball game. It kind of just operates completely in a different way than you would expect with a normal tractor. But alright, so what we are going to do next is we are going to head back to Grandma's house. And I was kind of thinking we are going to submit the content from the drone and try and see if we can try and maybe squeeze the payment to come out a little bit later today, because I really think it would be great if we had a little bit more spending money. Because guys, as you know, we are going to start having a look at equipment, and I definitely want to go and see what David has got in. Because as we all know, that guy usually gets all sorts of stuff in all sorts of times of the day. So I definitely want to try and see if we can grab something that's at least available today, and even if I don't collect it all today, at least, you know, secure it. That'll be a good thing. Alrighty, so here we are. Let's see where we are going to park up. I'll see Grandma actually moved the quad bike to the front. I don't know why she did that. I told her that I'm not going to be selling it. Well, she may have forgotten about it, but alright. Let's just park it up right over here, guys. And I think it's actually time for a little bit of lunch, because I haven't had lunch yet. And yeah, it's still quite early in the morning, actually. So I guess let's maybe go and grab a bite to eat. And I'll also just move the quad bike to the backyard. And I still need to get the tractor off the trailer around the back. And then we're going to head over to David's place and see what he has got for us today. Alrighty, so there we are. It is now just about 12:30. Okay, let's call it 24 minutes past 12 rather. So what I've done is I've moved the quad bike to the back of the yard again, and I told Grandma that we are not trying to sell it anymore. She can just leave it back there for now. And what I have done over here, guys, is I've got the John Deere tractor off the trailer, and I managed to get the trailer hooked up to the tractor so that we can tow it with the tractor over to David's place. So I'm kind of thinking we are going to be buying some farming equipment. And as you can see, we also got our payment from the contract that we just finished, the cultivating job. So we got a little bit of, I think that's just over $14,000 for that job, which is actually very welcome at this stage. So yeah, there's nothing really left for us to do to, well, other than to head over to David's place and go and see what exactly he's got around and what we might be interested in, guys. So I'm going to be looking for all sorts of farming equipment and things that I might think we could find useful, you know, once we start getting our own farm. So let's make our way over there and see if we can strike a deal with some equipment, and hopefully we can not spend all of our money, but let's see how it works out, guys. Alrighty, and here we are, guys, over at David's place, and yeah, I think I'm going to show him around the little John Deere tractor as well, so that he can see what we managed to do with this thing. So I'm certain he's going to be quite impressed with how this thing turned out now that it's all fixed up and painted. But yeah, let's quickly have a word with the man and see what he's got in today. Alrighty, guys, so here we are, and we did have a quick word with David, and I think what we are going to do is we are going to take a little bit of a walk around once again, and I'm going to take you guys with me. So I'm just going to quickly get my phone out here, because I'm going to be calculating a couple of things if we were to purchase some equipment. So as we all know, I am very interested and very keen on getting this Fiat tractor. Now, the only thing is that I don't really know if we should really have two tractors at the moment. So I'm going to maybe ask David if he wants to trade the John Deere tractor in for this one. And maybe we pick up some more equipment from his yard here as well. I'm sure he wouldn't mind, because he was very impressed with the paint job and how the little John Deere turned out. So that might be something to consider. Because obviously this tractor over here is a little over 50,000, which is almost all of our money. Then he's still got these two balers. Now I'm thinking of grabbing this baler, so let's add this one up so it's 15,000. for this one. Plus, let's say we had to buy the Fiat tractor outright for 17,000 with the little cultivator on the back of it. That's already $32,000. This tractor is obviously out of our budget. This thing is quite a little bit bigger. This is a John Deere 6910S. So I think you said something about this tractor goes for like 65,000. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, obviously not something we're going to consider today. Then I was wondering, should we pick up one of these fertilizer spreaders? Because he's actually had this one sitting around quite a while. And then he's got another one in, which is a little bit bigger. I think this is a 1,000-liter fertilizer spreader. So I just have to check the price again. But I think this was $2,300 if I don't remember it correctly now. I think so. So I'll just let's just make it 2,500 just to be safe. So that would give us about $34,500. So over here, I don't think that roller won't work for us. That's a little bit too big for the equipment that we're gonna have. Although I did notice he's got another roller over here now, which is a little bit more primitive, but it looks like it's been repainted recently and it's kind of rolling forward slowly but surely. Alright, I wonder how much something like this would be. Let me just check the list. Okay, the roller. It's probably this one. So, yeah, this is only $1,000. Well, $1,000. It gives us 35,500, which isn't too bad. We're not going to be picking up any other vehicles. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this the truck that David had parked in front of his Chevy Silverado that we used to use back in the day? It might actually be. I don't know. I might be mistaken, but it definitely looks very familiar. Yeah, I haven't been over to Ben's in a while. Alright, so as for this cedar over here, I've actually been keeping my eye on this thing, guys. And I'm quite certain something like this would fit at the back of even the little John Deere. So the asking price for this one is $12,000, which leaves us with $47,500 so far for everything. And that's now without the possibility of trading the little John Deere tractor in. So I'm going to add that to the list as well. And see if we can maybe negotiate a nice deal with David to trade in the John Deere tractor. So yeah, let's go and have a word with the man real quick. And just hear what he has to say. And hopefully we'll be leaving here today with a bigger tractor. And maybe getting rid of our old tractor. I'll also ask him about the Chevy S10, if he might be interested in that. And see what else we might be able to throw in here, guys. I don't know. Let's quickly have a word with him and hear what he has to say. Alright, and there we go, guys. That is almost all of our money spent. Well, not completely, but yeah, we ended up buying quite a few things, as you can see. So now, as we discussed things with David, he agreed to take the little John Deere tractor back from us. So he gave me a total of $10,000 for it, off of the price of everything. But just look at what we've got in return, guys. We've got ourselves the roller. We've got ourselves this little baler, which is a round baler. And the nice thing about this baler, it doesn't use any of those, foam bindings or anything like that. And it's actually going to come in very handy for the next time we end up getting a harvest job and we don't have a forage wagon to collect the straw with. Then at least we can bale it up and take it away that way. So yeah, that is going to come in handy. And then we actually also threw in this mower over here as well on top of the price, which is not too bad. So yeah, this cost me a little bit over 3,200 Rand extra. But we've got a mower at least then, which I think will work pretty well with our brand new tractor over here, which is a Fiat 670. Now, I've tried to hook up the trailer to the tractor, but it just doesn't want to work out, guys. So there's something we might have to modify on it to do that. But you know what? It's fine. I will go back to Grandma's house, go and drop off everything, and we come back with the pickup truck and pick up the trailer with the rest of these things. As you can see, we also got the cedar loaded. So yeah, we've definitely got quite a bit of equipment now. And it's not very great equipment at all. At least it's decent enough for us to start our own operation with sometime. So yeah, for now guys, what I'm going to do is we're going to head straight back home, and I need to go and pick up the Chevy S10 so that I can come and pick up the rest of the stuff. So let's start up our little Fiat tractor here, and we're going to make our way back to Grandma's house with it. And I think that is actually a pretty good time for us to end today's episode, guys. It has been quite a bit of a busy one. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, I really appreciate it very much. And if you enjoyed this episode, please do give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified of the next episode when it comes out. So yeah, until then guys, cheerio for now.